Alrighty. So I did say I was going to do a video on augmentation to be able to explain that. I just realized it actually puts me in walk mode, but whatever, I don't really need to move around that much. Let's go ahead and go over the augmentation system. I've already augmented my weapon due to personal settings, so you'll notice this might be different from other people's. I did psionic just for the hell of it. So let's go ahead and go over the damage types right quick. So you can spend 20 points on a two-handed or 10 points on a one-handed. And basically you'll be able to invest what is necessary into the weapon. For the most part, you're pretty much going to look at like psionic, sonic, pretty much any of the tertiary damage types that you can pick. I generally wouldn't recommend like poison is at one, and I think that's pretty much it. And I guess sonic if you wanted to. I pretty much went with either psionic or electric. I just went psionic just because. It's personal choice, but any of the tertiary damage types will be your best choice in this situation for sustained DPS. Technically, the physical does more after armor penetration, not armor penetration, armor cuts, because of the fact that you can reduce their resistances enough to where it'll actually matter, but it requires so many armor cuts, you're better off with just the full sustain of having a tertiary damage type. So, no matter what, you always take a damage type. Always max out one damage type, because if it doesn't come to a whole number, it won't give you any more. So, be careful of that. Don't waste your AP, because you cannot get it back currently unless they put in something to wipe these points. Skills, armor use, definitely the best here per se. But you're only really going to go to about 26, and the reason I say that is, for example, under your skills, normally you might have like 170, 157, something like that. You can get like 1 or 2% into your armor use that way, so I definitely would recommend going that if you tend to want higher armor use in general. But I don't see myself using it, but again, that's my playstyle. Precision and power, not really worth it at all. I guess if you are like a power precision nut, you could. That's about it. Escape artist can be nice, but I recommend like putting it on a secondary weapon of some kind. So like I could put it like on a melee weapon, a pistol weapon, and then just equip it when I want to have that benefit, because you have to equip them to get the benefit of stats. Dodge, sadly, isn't that great. Honestly, if you're going dodge, you're generally only going for duck and weave, so yeah, pretty much ignore that unless you really want dodge. And that should cover all the skills. Stats-wise, as you can see, health, that's just a guaranteed. You could skip it for more regen into stamina or gamma, but health is the best. Health regen is only really worth it if you have a significantly high amount of health regeneration, but health regen only works over time versus having the direct health, which will help you live longer. So no matter what, 80 health is pretty much going to be your best choice here. If you're a healer, it's going to be gamma, stamina. Either way, gamma and stamina are very good choices. The rest of these really aren't worth it. If you're a crafter, you could get strength, so when you equip the weapon, you have a higher max inventory, because that does affect that. But that's pretty much it. So for the most part, as you can see, my shotgun caters to my character because of the fact that I needed to get enough into my rifle to be able to equip this one, so I went with a little bit of a different route, getting some goggles to add 15 rifle, made up for the stamina regen with a fierce face plate, and then got my resistances back with the deformed mesoprene helmet. So when I actually do that, I only actually lose 1 gamma regen, and I believe I lose 3 stamina regen from the life net helmet, and I think I lose like about 90 primary, a little bit of secondary, a little bit of tertiary, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to show you what I mean by when it's equipped. So when you have it equipped, you'll see my HP doesn't show up right away, but in a moment it'll actually apply, and then you see my HP get boosted. And if you switch weapons from one to another that doesn't have a modifier, or just in general, it'll take away the health and then it'll reapply it afterwards. So be very careful about hot swapping these weapons, because you can lower your overall HP. So that's technically a bad thing. As the Dirk and Sid are fucking around. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really need to cover in the augmentation. This is probably going to be one of the shortest videos, but yeah. Pretty much cater your weapon to what your build uses, what it needs to sustain itself. For the most part, you're still going to go through the process of elimination of, if you want health, maximum health is better than regen. If you want gamma and stamina, regen is better than maximum stamina or gamma. And all these other stats kind of just blow other than strength for weight limit. Armor use, weapon skill if you want to equip it, but honestly you can take it out of your build directly and then put whatever points you want, because I mean they cost 20. It's a pretty significant amount of points to spend. And then tertiary, tertiary, tertiary every time. And I think that's about it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and end the video here.